Hi everyone, welcome to my latest video. This video is a continuation of my review of the Vevor pocket hole jig. Once I had completed the appraisal review of the Vevor pocket hole jig, I thought to myself that it might be a good idea to create a workstation for this jig, and this is what I am going to present to you in this video. Just follow me as I am assembling the workstation, and you will see everything step by step. Thank you for everyone coming to watch this video, whether you are an existing subscriber or a new viewer. Here we go. I have constructed the workstation from boards of chipboard which are covered in melamine. I will give you the dimensions in the video later on. What we have here is an arrangement whereby one can easily put clamps on either side of the workstation and hold it down secure. Now the arrangement is that the pocket hole jig will go here. These two strips here are for the purpose of keeping a piece of wood at the same height with the pocket hole jig, and there are some other attachments which I'm going to show you very shortly. As you can see that there are handles here as well as on this side, so one can easily move the whole workstation wherever one wants to, where anyone wants to do some work. So as you can see here, I have made a drawer, and everything that belongs to the jig is in this drawer. Everything can fit here, and that's also provided with a magnetic stopper here, so that when you close it, it's very, very firm and it won't open and spill the contents on the floor, so to speak. As you can see, and you may remember from my previous review, there are now two angle bar stoppers here which are capable of moving near to the jig and away from the jig. They can slide, and the purpose of the stoppers is so that one can support the piece of wood that will come here. Let me just give you a quick idea. This is how the stoppers will work. Of course, the stoppers have not been tightened as yet, but as you can see, it is very easy to tighten them by screwing down those two knobs, and now they are perfectly immobilized and in position. Now you can see that I have placed the pocket hole jig in position. This is the designed position, and I am going to secure it with 5 Allen bolts. Right, so now you can see the pocket hole jig in its final position. I'll bring the camera a little bit closer so you can get a better view of the whole workstation. The pocket hole jig is held onto the workstation with 5 Allen bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it is next to impossible for it to move. The whole workstation is fairly heavy, so there is no possibility of movement at all. The next part of my design is this arrangement of a steel bracket with sliding plinths here, which one will fit here, and as you can see, it is very easy to move it back and forth. An identical bracket is arranged for this slider here, and the arrangement is such that you can secure the brackets completely. Once you have tightened the knobs, the brackets will not move at all. So in order to arrest the piece of wood that we are working with, we have this bracket and this bracket which are pressing this way, and we have these smaller brackets which are holding this way. Of course, the plunger here, the toggle plunger, is also going to assist by holding the piece of wood secure over there. Now I better show you what I did next. Here is a modified segment. You may remember this main segment, on which I have constructed a perspex box which is held onto the main segment with two screws. I had to drill the main segment and thread it in order to secure the two screws. And of course, as you remember, the way one secures the main segment is via those two bolts, the so-called knurled bolts. So now we have the complete arrangement, and once again let me show you the mobile support of the segment also fits in the drawer. Here we have the drill bits with the collar. We have two of them, as you remember from the previous video, and I have two sets of drivers which are magnetic. As you can see, the Allen key is stuck on them. I have two sets of these, and of course my pilot drill, which is a 3mm drill, and it is very long for the purpose of drilling through the hole that one drills with the system that I'm presenting to you. Just to give you an idea of how we assemble the workstation, I will place a piece of plywood so you can see that even with a relatively large piece of wood, one can work very comfortably. The front, or the side from which the operator stands, is here. Those two are the stoppers that are stopping the wood from moving forward, and basically all we will do now is we will, at the back, we will shift the two brackets that we have here and secure the piece of wood from the back. As you can see now, we have a view of the rear of the workstation, and basically we have one bracket here and another bracket over here, which I have moved forward so they are in contact with our piece of wood. And of course we have now, as a last arrangement, is the actual plunger, which I just engaged right now. And as you can see, the wood is so secure on the workstation that if you move it from this end, the whole workstation moves back and forth. Now, one thing I have not explained to you so far is the purpose of this box here. The pocket hole jig is a very capable design. I mentioned that in the previous review. However, one thing that was missing, and I find it strange in a sense that the manufacturer did not provide a dust extraction device, that was missing, and therefore I decided to make one myself. You make this one with perspex, and you use this, let me show you, because obviously with the plastic here, the plastic cover, you cannot see very clearly. One uses this chemical, which is the tensile 12, and in fact this is a welding chemical which brings together all the parts of the perspex, and once they are welded, nothing will move them. They provide you with a syringe. You take a quantity of tensile 12 and basically you just paint the edges where the edges come into contact with each other, and I would say within half an hour at a very maximum you have a full box which is very, very strong. Now, okay, so you saw that there is a hole here, and the purpose of that is so that I can attach the dust extraction. So the pipe is here, and basically it just fits like that, and I have tried it and it works perfectly. I am not at this stage, I'm not going to give you a demonstration of how the jig works. I did that in the previous video and you saw it working, but I can assure you that I have tried the whole system and it works very well. You can see the size of wood that you can use for a cabinet, let's say, and of course what you have here is a relatively small piece of plywood. You can fit a far larger piece of plywood and there will be no problem at all, because with the two brackets here, one here and one here, you are supporting the plywood in this direction, and of course you are also supporting it with the main segment here. Now let me move this out of the way and I shall turn the whole thing around so that you get a better view of the reverse. So here we have one bracket which, by way of tightening these two knobs here, holds the sides of the wood very secure. Of course we have the plunger, and an identical bracket is on that side, and that also holds the plywood very secure. In other words, what we have here is we have a pair of brackets that are keeping this part of the plywood immobile, and the same thing is happening on that side. Now, of course, what we have here is the complete arrangement, because everything fits in this drawer. So once you have finished your work, everything will go back in the drawer and you can move this or hang it on the wall, wherever you want to put it, and it will be out of the way. Just as an aside, it is also possible, once the brackets are out of the way, it is also possible, if you wish, that you can turn the whole station on its side and store it like that. Let me show you from the distance so you can get a better idea. As you can see, it is very easy to store it like that and save yourself some space. Of course, the actual pocket hole jig will not be there, it will be in the drawer, and it makes, the whole system makes for a very versatile workstation. I hope that you enjoyed my presentation, and as always, if you have any questions, please let me know and I'll answer them as quickly as I can. And basically, I hope that you enjoyed the design of this workstation and that you appreciate the advantages of using such a system. That's all I have for the time being, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you for being with me this time. Bye bye for now.